guys, I have another one of our top 8, actually top 4 participants in the first Crow Triple Sleeve series. Hopefully I'll be able to host more of these events. I absolutely enjoy hosting these events for you guys. And again, thank you, Sam, for participating.
Hell yeah.
And again, you're a familiar face to the channel. People seeing your Genesis deck profile, hoping to see some more spicy stuff when the next set comes out. So you got to hit me up with that deck profile.
I will call you and be like, all right, when's this happen? Or I'll record it myself and send it to you.
Got you.
Either way, it'll happen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, what deck did you run today for this event?
I technically played Messiah.
Messiah. Technically?
Technically. We'll get into it.
Wow, what a perpetrator.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Without further ado, we're going to hop into that deck profile real quick. All right, guys, so we're going to hop into the deck profile. It's all on you, Sam.
All right, cool. We got the starter. Enough said. Trigger lineup. We got...
That's not a Messiah starter.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. We got 4 heal, 8 draw, TG. Don't play the crit. It's bad because everything else, especially like all the relevant stuff, it either swings too big or there's like 1.5 million attacks coming. So no matter what, you're still going to have to spend the 2 cards to guard, so it doesn't matter. And then 8 crit because it's standard. You can't do much else. Like, it's fine.
Right. I know some builds decided they wanted to run like 6 draws, 6 crits. Did you not feel the extra 2 draw triggers were necessary?
With how the current state of Vanguard is in, if we run too many draws and you're going in with your grade 4 and you're like, oh, cool, I hit, and then you swing your Vanguard. I won twice because I hit 2 crits and I put a crit on the grade 4 and a crit on the Vanguard. And I was like, if these were draws, I would have lost. Also, shield value-wise, there's a lot of cards that don't supply you with high shield, and a draw trigger is just minus technically 10k shield. Unless it's a defensive trigger, but I don't bank on defensive triggers. So getting into the grade 1s, we got 4 of the grade 3 searcher. Again, it's just a grade 3 searcher. You don't really need anything else. Also, there's not that many great grade 1s in Link Joker, so you kind of have to fill out with 4 of everything that's relevant. Speaking of relevant, we got 4 of the unlock draw a card. When this card first came out, I thought it was you could do it as much as you want, and I was like, I'm gonna be calling 2 of these every turn, but it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. But you still want to see 4 because again, there's not that many good grade 1s. And then we play 3 of the on hit lock a card, draw a card. Because of the ratios of the deck, you want to be drawing as much as possible, especially during key matchups. You're going to need to see certain cards in order to not die. Also, just the threat of this, when you go into your Messiah turn and you don't have something locked, to be able to get another attack and another 10k bonus, it helps out a lot.
So, I do have a question for you.
Yeah, of course.
The great one that draws you a card, this one here in particularly. So, I've seen some builds run, I can't remember what set it came out of, but it's a great one that says every time you unlock a card, you can get it gets an additional 5k. Did you not like that card, or did you test it at all?
I haven't tested it, but power also kind of isn't really an issue, because you're really banking on your rearguard swings. Your Vanguard's just kind of there. So most of the time this is just behind your Vanguard anyways. But you can easily take this down to like a 3 or like something. I don't know. It's the way that I look at it. I want to draw as much as possible, and I don't really care about power. Because a little 5k, if you only unlock 2, it's only 10, so it's only like 1 extra card guard when your opponent's probably going to perfect guard whatever you're swinging with anyways.
Got you.
So,
understandable. Card
economy for the opponent, it's kind of, I want to make sure that they guard with at least 2 or 3 cards, and the extra power, it's still going to be 2 or 3 cards.
Fair enough.
Grade 2s, we got Lady Fencer. She's the smaller version of the grade 4. People like to kill her.
Slide these down because it's a glare, so we're going to put it there.
Also, she's just being able to get off the multiple attacks. Enough said. 4 of this guy because you can play down your grade 4s from hand. And again, early game, you just want to draw as many cards as possible to try to dig for all your pieces, especially against the DI matchup, which is kind of why I built this deck the way that I did, but I didn't get to play against it. But it's really funny when you do. Not necessarily that like it's an easy win. Your opponent just gets flustered and they're like, what the hell do I do? And that comes in with 2 of these guys.
And what the hell is this card here? Okay.
When you intercept or it's placed on guard, if it's a 4th battle or more, you draw a card. So you can either call it out with Messiah as a lock card and then unlock it, and then it's still an 18k beater, and then you have defensive power. Or if you go into a certain grade 3, you just guard with this card from hand, because most of the guards are going to become 1-card guards. and you don't minus anything at all. Also, when I built the deck, I didn't have any other Link Joker stuff except for the stuff that came in the set. What is it, set 8? Yeah.
Yeah, VBT08.
Yeah, so I didn't have anything else, so I was like, well, this card seems pretty cool. And then I was messing around with it. I was like, this card's overpowered as hell. Also, if you think about it, any deck that's in the meta, whether it be Excel or any other Force clan, they all attack more than 3 or 4 times, so it's always going to be relevant. And if not, and you give power to your Vanguard, for, like on the defensive side, they're going to attack this, which is entirely okay, because you're just going to call it back out anyways.
Right, and then it also helps you dig for pieces because it draws a card.
Right, and so I don't play the grade 2 that let you like snipe stuff. If you're worried about certain like grade 1s, just try to kill them faster, I guess. I don't know, high roll, because that's pretty much what the deck does.
Pretty much.
Also, no Blast Monk, because the counter blast is really reserved for this guy. Sure, it's at +1 card into hand, but then your opponent gets to see it, and then like if they're actually decent at the game and they're like, oh, well, I know that this was his drive check, they just get to know more information, and the less information your opponent knows, the better for the future.
Gotcha.
Grade 3s for Messiah. This card's so stupid. If you go first, you pretty much just win because of this card. But it's also super toolboxy, mainly because of this card. So you can always just constantly call 2 of them back and just have them ready to guard and just draw more resources.
Yep, in case you don't see like your Lady Fences or the Grey Fort. Gotcha.
Right, and so also against any Excel deck, a lot of the numbers are kind of somewhat small, and if you hit a defensive trigger, it's just a 1-card guard that generates you a free card, so you don't actually lose anything ever. Then we play only 2 order.
Oh, most people run 3.
I tried 3, I tried 4, and I was like, this card's bad. You can't ride it. If you ever unlock anything to draw, it's either just going to be the cards that you call out from Messiah. And I don't know, it's like you unlock it, but then you don't gain the power. So it's good when you see it, and if you don't see it, it doesn't suck that bad. Especially because of the metagame. Again, you want to make sure that you're riding cards that can actually do something. Not just have wasted grade 3s. Also, you have the grade 1 searcher, or the grade 1, grade 3 searcher, just search them out. Gotcha. Best card in the deck, 2 Ditto Deleter.
Why?
So at the beginning of the battle phase, during your turn or your opponent's turn, whatever your opponent's Vanguard power is at, this card is at. So let's say you're playing against DI, and they start and they're at 27, and they swing, and you go, okay, well, beginning of battle, I'm 27.
Gotcha.
So now everything becomes a 1-card guard, and then you could just guard with this and draw a card. It doesn't give a force marker, which sucks, but at the same time, you're probably going to ride Messiah first. And while you have 1 marker, you're going to be doing really, 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 really well. Another fun thing with this is against D-Police, they like to make their Vanguard super big and then go into the battle. So you go, okay, I can block all your Vanguard swings, and your rear guards are very, very, very small. There's just so many important matchups where this card just comes in. It's also a good rearguard swing because if you're going to call something over it as a lock card later on anyways, it doesn't really matter because it's still going to poke out 1 card from hand. Yeah, it's just great. Buy them now, buy it out, so it could be like $18.
Trying to influence the secondary market. Wow.
It'll happen one day. And then we got 4 of the grade 4s. It's just high roll at that point. Like, you see it early game, you win. People try to kill it. I don't really care for them. Like, once you get it out once and you get the extra 10k buff at least once, it's done its job. And if it sticks around longer, cool, you get the plus. But again, it's more of a resource-oriented build. So, like, they kill it, okay, cool, you can just call these back. Or you can call back your Lady Fencer. Or just continually gain resources.
And it's so hard to beat over them, too.
Exactly. It's like, it's 30k, so they're going to have to use their retire skill. And I'd much rather use it on this than any of my grade 1s. Because we only play 11, so you're not going to see them a lot in hand. And if you do, you want to be able to guard for those 1k kind of, or 1 card guards. So they can kill it all you want. I don't really care. It's just there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I would show you Force 1 markers, but we only go into Force 2.
I don't think that's relevant.
Because I only play Force 2 decks. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys. Again, Sam, thank you so much for participating in the tournament. I greatly appreciate that. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. The community in Georgia is actually really, really, really great. I'm surprised this many people actually came out. I saw a lot of faces. I haven't seen them like 4 years, and I was like, who the hell are you? So yeah, thank you, Triple Sleeve TCG. Can't wait for the next one in 2 weeks.
Hopefully within 2 weeks. Again,
Hopefully
I'll
within-
put up a poll for you guys so that we can get a rough estimate.
Oh,
Again,
hell yeah.
guys, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for reviewing the video. This is Crow signing out. Peace.